A leading Republican voice just turned on Donald Trump, questioning his mental and physical fitness for the office of the presidency. The base has finally turned on the taco. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. I'm David Reddish. Amid all the questions about the Epstein files, Trump's bungling of the war in Ukraine, his kowtowing to Netanyahu in Israel, his tariff stupidity, and the collapsing economy, one fundamental thread runs through every harebrained Trumpian move. Is this guy nuts? If you are a fan of our channel, and remember to subscribe if you haven't, these are questions you've probably faced yourself on a daily basis. And you're not alone. Life in the Trump era forces us all to accept ludicrous statements as part of Trump's personality, or possibly his tertiary syphilis. Like this moment from last week.
This is a tragic emergency. And it's embarrassing for me to be up here. You know, I'm going to see Putin. I'm going to Russia on Friday. I don't like being up here talking about how unsafe and how dirty and disgusting this once beautiful capital was.
For the record, Donald, you were going to Alaska, a state you carried in 2024, which is not part of Russia. If it was, people there couldn't vote for you. Then again, Trump is used to having help from Russia in elections, so maybe that gaffe should not surprise anybody. And yet, it has, so stay tuned. Trump loves to talk out his behind, so no wonder he constantly makes wacky verbal gaffes. Still, other questions about his health continue to plague the man. For almost 2 years, medical experts have noticed changes in his physical appearance. The shuffling of his feet, his low energy, his falling asleep at rallies and parades, some strange bruises on his hands, and so on. There's also the bulging veins in his neck and his swollen ankles. With the questions rising, a month ago, the White House took the unusual step of making this announcement to the press.
In recent weeks, President Trump noted mild swelling in his lower legs. In keeping with routine medical care and out of an abundance of caution, this concern was thoroughly evaluated by the White House medical unit. The president underwent a comprehensive examination, including diagnostic vascular studies. Bilateral lower extremity venous Doppler ultrasounds were performed and revealed chronic venous insufficiency, a benign and common condition.
Despite the White House assurances that Trump's health is nothing to worry about, that hasn't stopped rampant speculation and observations that not all his symptoms fit with chronic venous insufficiency. As I've proposed on this channel before, they fit more with liver problems, or, in my view, congestive heart failure. For more on that issue and how Trump's symptoms are more consistent with heart failure, see our other videos here on the channel. For now, suffice it to say that even the most die-hard Republicans can't ignore Trump's loony policy decisions or his failing physical health. That extends to one of the most vocal and, frankly, one of the most obnoxious voices on the right today. Now, please forgive us in advance for this, because I truly loathe this man and normally would not cover anything his lying lunatic behind said. But in this case, his shifting opinion reflects a larger sea change in MAGA world, and one that foreshadows major challenges ahead for Trump. Yes, folks, that lying sack of crap Alex Jones just turned on Donald Trump.
I have a responsibility to tell people what I'm really thinking, even if it could be used to overall hurt our pro-human liberty agenda. In the short term, the long term, honesty is always the best policy. I've seen a lot of signs of Trump declining. Trump does sometimes, 2 a.m. TV and radio interviews. I know he sleeps less than 4 hours. He's 79. He's been through 9 years of hell. Look what 4 years does to other presidents. They age incredibly fast. And so he's on a lot of the time, but like a light bulb is starting to go out. It gets brighter, it gets dim, it goes in and out. And so I'm going to be talking about that today. He's got extremely swollen ankles. His ankles look like they're about 15 inches around. That's not a good sign for the heart and the rest of the body, because the rest of him, he's lost weight, he's not that fat. So Trump really needs to exercise and take care of himself. Yeah, that's not good. For everybody that you've known that's having heart problems, that's not good right there. Okay? And they're getting bigger and bigger. I would say, in fact, I don't say I know, we have a crisis. And when the left said he had dementia and was out of his mind, the few times he was overworking himself, I mean, I watched on the campaign trail 8, 9, 10 months ago, and I was following it hour to hour, minute to minute, and he'd be at campaign events till midnight. Then he'd do interviews. He'd get back to the hotel, do more interviews, and then he'd, with his shirt, unbuttoned, stumbling into the elevator. People say, "Oh, look, he's got dementia." No, he probably just worked 30-something hours not sleeping. A 20-year-old man on average can't do that. He's a maniac. So you talk about in the zone, folks. It's fair to say that Trump is unconscious basically for periods of the day now. And again, he performs so well at these diplomatic events, his wits, all of it. Well, that's because it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But you can watch the decline into the evening and then also these morning interviews. So it's late at night, he sounds like he's drunk. He doesn't drink, obviously. He's exhausted. And then it is early in the morning, he doesn't sound too hot. And this is just one of many things I've been hearing and seeing him do that send up red flags. And again, you don't need to even see the red flags. How do you work at 79, 20 hours a day at least?
Once again, I apologize for showing anything remotely connected to Alex Jones, but the fact of the matter is, he's always been a diehard Trumper, having compared him to George Washington all the way back in 2015. Trump also spread many of Jones's conspiracy theories to help gain popularity during his rise in politics. The fact that Jones has turned on his beloved chosen candidate is big news, whether we like him or not. And with Trump's approval ratings plummeting, major signs of inflation and contraction in the U.S. economy, his mishandling of foreign crises, and public interest rising in the Epstein files, Trump's administration could blow up sooner rather than later. Needless to say, we'll keep you posted as more of MAGA world turns on its false prophet, and as Trump continues to disintegrate before our eyes. This is Occupy Democrats.